This feeling of being cut out or cut off from the world is even harsher than realizing that we Palestinians are facing genocide, complete genocide, and a comprehensive humanitarian crisis. Actually, we feel here that Israel is gradually trying to bomb telecommunications companies and disrupt telecommunication services in Gaza so that a genocide and bombing and wiping out of entire neighborhoods and residential blocks would be done without, with complete blackout, without those people speaking up or speaking to the world.
اطفال هذول بيناموا فيهم، وين بدنا ننيمهم الحين؟ هاي فرشاتين خدات، هاي شو هذا؟ شو هذا اللي احنا عايشين فيه؟
I think we are facing complete isolation, especially after Israel imposed severe siege on Gaza and bombed even the border areas, including the Rafah border with Egypt, so that it would guarantee that people here, 2 million residents, are in complete blackout, isolated and cut off from the world, and also being bombed in total silence. This is the most dangerous thing that is happening here in Gaza.
There are about 400 Palestinians killed over just the past 24 hours. We're talking about estimate exceeding of 263,000 people internally displaced within the Gaza Strip. The majority of them, 175,000, are seeking the shelter in UNRWA schools, which are the UN-administered schools. That some of them are designated as emergency shelters. It's important to note that there are no shelters by the definition of shelters in Gaza Strip. So even for these schools, they are just normal schools, basically with some modification of having capacity for toilets, etc. But the numbers are exceeding that capacity as well. And unfortunately, we learned from experience that with Israel, you cannot guarantee, because even the places which are kind of classified as should not be bombed or should not be attacked, this doesn't always apply.
Israel has one goal, which is ethnically cleansing Palestinians. Israel wants us out of Palestine or kneeling in submission, in total subjugation. And nobody, not even a cat, can accept this, would resist any attempt to control her or it. So Palestinians are looking forward to a future with equal freedom, equal rights and freedom. And that's not much to ask.
Canada unequivocally condemns the terrorist attack by Hamas against Israel. We stand by Israel and its right to defend itself according to international law. We also know that Hamas is not the Palestinian people. It does not represent their aspiration and offers nothing more than more chaos, loss, and heartache. The violence must end, hostages must be released, and civilian lives, Israeli and Palestinians, must be protected. Tragiquement, dans ce contexte de violence, 3 Canadiens sont morts. Et j'ai eu l'occasion de parler avec la famille d'Alexandre Luc hier, Et je dois vous dire que ça a été un des appels les plus difficiles que j'ai eu à faire de ma vie. My heart is with his family and the families of the others. My thoughts are with their loved ones and their community. May their memory be a blessing. We continue to follow reports of 3 Canadians who remain missing. We're in contact with their families, providing support, and officials are in contact with local authorities to gather more information. I would like to now speak directly to Canadians who are currently in the region. You're scared. It is a time of great uncertainty and of great anxiety. But I want you to know that we are here for you. I know that this situation has been difficult, and many of you want to return to your family, to home, and want to do so safely, and we will help you. We'll begin the assisted departure of Canadians from Tel Aviv in the coming days by the end of the week with the help of aircraft from the Canadian Armed Forces. They will arrive in Tel Aviv and bring Canadians to Athens. My colleague, Pablo Rodriguez, and I have been working on the next steps from there. Together, we have secured with Air Canada a plane and a crew to bring Canadians home from Athens. These flights will be available to Canadian citizens, their spouses, and their children, as well as to Canadian permanent residents, their spouses, and their children. Let me be clear, this includes dual nationals, because a Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian. We're also working on additional options for those who cannot reach the airport in Tel Aviv, and I'll be able to take questions on this. Additional details will continue to be shared over the coming days. I will continue to share them publicly and will also communicate them directly to those who wish to receive the assistance. If you would like our help in leaving and have not registered yet with Global Affairs Canada, please do so now. This is how you will be able to get information on how to leave, and we will share information directly with you once you're registered. Finally, before I get to your questions, I would like to take a moment to speak about the situation in Gaza, where civilians are living amidst extremely difficult circumstances. The humanitarian situation in Gaza was dire before this weekend, and this will only deteriorate the situation further. As I said yesterday, this will get worse before it gets better. My heart breaks for the deaths we have seen, and I share the anxiety about what will happen next. We urge all parties to respect international humanitarian law and to provide humanitarian access to Gaza. Canada will continue to support the humanitarian needs of the Palestinian civilians. Let me be clear, Israeli and Palestinian civilians deserve to live in peace and safety, with their human rights respected and with dignity. And Canada will always work with this in mind.